ECG, I had the privilege of chairing.
I've realized that some misguided elements wants to play the NDC MPP politics.
Succeeded in setting us up to set ourselves apart.
Number of suspects. The arrest took place in Dongfang manufacturing company yard and also Ponlok. They are all around Shai Hills. 14 suspects have been arrested. 11 have identified themselves as Chinese nationals.
You know, the missing container right now. Most of the talking at also mining a container without leg, a container without rings. But as I'm talking to you, container need to measure it mean and say every location echo baby for. Now this is all about the ECG missing what containers are. They say right now we don't know if said this thing happened under the NPP or this thing happened under the NDC. Now, Honorable Afenyo Markins, the minority leader, as we all know him, say in the year 2024, he had a privilege to chair the ECG. But in some year to Jan and some and said, this is not the first time such incident has happened. And then he himself, he witnessed such thing. This is the BJ Show with Afenyo Science. Kindly do well to subscribe, like the video, and also share the link for others to see. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me take you straight to whatever is happening right here in the Republic of Ghana concerning the ECG missing containers.
This is the BJ Show with Afenyo Science. Don't forget to subscribe.
All right, so welcome. You know, the missing containers, as we are all calling it, ladies and gentlemen, about 1,350 something containers are a bedroom minimum. But as I'm talking to you, now, according to Honorable Afenyo Markins, it is not the first time. So if such thing has happened, they should stop doing NDC NPP because this is not the first time in the history of Ghana. Or say such things, they are normal and then it happens. So there should be a solution to this. So for everybody to talk NDC NPP, or say it doesn't make sense at all. Into Honorable Afenyo Markins.
First, let me commend the maker of the statement for bringing this matter to the floor. I have heard views expressed on this matter. And I must say that today is another day of sadness for the politics of the country. Because a system has succeeded in setting us up to set ourselves apart. Mr. Speaker, let me give some few facts for the Hansard of this House. I had the privilege of chairing Ghana Water. Every single reform I initiated ended up in the media, caused by the very people who perpetrated it. And in the end, it turned political. So, nothing gets done. ECG, I had the privilege of chairing the board in July. Because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can ECG award a contract? And when the contract is awarded, all the person does is deliver at the port, present bill of lading, and request for payment. I said, with the greatest respect, I don't want to use a word. This is Parliament. I was shattered. I said, how? And ECG would have to pay. So I realized that ECG was paying a lot of bills when they've not even had access to the goods. And when you ask them, I asked the procurement manager, director of procurement, a question. I said, why did he say, oh, Chairman, this is the practice since. This is the practice. And they will bring you document. I listened to Honorable Member for Second D, and they will bring you document. I listened to Honorable Member for Second D, lawyer, you from Second D, question meeting, and I am adopting his submissions as though they were mine. The time has come. This politics, somebody says MPP, NDC, it's a system problem that I will any day support this minister to embark on reforms. How come containers at the ports, containers that have arrived, the bureaucracy at our ports, they say the containers are missing. Mr. Speaker, it is true that when these containers come, there is some connivance with some customs officials, and they sell these containers, these cables that ECG needs after the supplier has been paid. They sell the container, and then people will sell back to ECG. Are we pretending we don't know? Instead of us to pay attention and kill the rots, then we come here, then MPP, NDC, so now they say, oh, maybe it's happening on the MPP, it's happening on the NDC. No. An honorable minister, I know what you can do. If we can give you support to do it, you must adopt a posture, a non-partisan posture, and tackle the rots. But if we all want to approach it, MPP, NDC, Mr. Speaker, it will remain. NDC will spend 4 years, 16 years, 20 years, the same thing will be there. They will come into opposition, and the same thing would arise again. Then the perpetrators will be there in the system. Mr. Speaker, today, Ghanaian businesses cannot sleep because there's a new government, whereas foreign businesses are surviving because their ambassadors will be protecting their businesses. So Ghanaian businesses who did business in MPP time are at risk, whereas foreign companies are surviving because we are quick to say this business is a pro-MPP, so it should die. What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? Mr. Speaker, I know the minister will come and say, oh, ECG has a huge bill. There is debt. Now who calls them? Us. As a
So that's the minority leader, Honorable Afenyo Markins, in some of the two journals. But our main question is, time our Honorable who said there is a problem within that ECG sector. Why is it that Honorable did not inform the whole Ghana? And I said, one, take some measures to this. Because this is a whole cartel. And then for you to be quiet during your time, no. That is why in all this, because containers now, we think that the NPP, they may have a hand in that. You know, after someone about then send me to Jano, ladies and gentlemen, the Attorney General of the Republic, and also Etimi Bon Humode, and also Kasai, and some more can in say they are trying every possible best, say contain an iron or and then all those behind it, Obian and Sasha Sabian or Mobechi or Munina, and also Asema Attorney General kind. Now, the Deputy Attorney General has given us a brief about this whole issue, and then some people, after say a chair woman, I was saying a bill and how the whole thing happened into the Attorney General of the Republic.
I've realized that some misguided element wants to play the NDC MPP politics. Let me assure them that is not going to work. As minister, I've sworn an oath, and it's my duty to ensure that the right thing is done. We would pursue them and ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. We will do everything we can to trace these containers because they have serial numbers, they have manifest. And let me thank the port authorities and the Director General of the Ghana Ports for cooperating with us and providing us with information. And also to thank the general public. They have been providing the security agencies with information that has led to the arrest of these people. Where we are here, as you can see from behind, a lot of ECG cables stuck in this warehouse, and they've all bolted. Indians and Chinese people have run away. So far, some people have been arrested, and we would ensure that the law takes its course.
So that's the Attorney General of the Republic and some of the two journals. Now, Chama we say Kim, and a deputy see there be Oma Asemio, Attorney General Kwan Kebi. But you know, we have to talk about this whole thing. Say there are some people be a yeche including the Chinese and then some Ghanaians, you know. Also, Oma yeche woman na afedi Oma mo bill because there are some requirements to be a these people they met. That is why until one more money in them bill. But as time goes on, this issue is a broad thing, and then there's some big men behind it. So they, the Attorney General, together with the government, they are trying their maximum best. Say, Obi or Church Biano, or Munsa Beka. We should listen to the deputy.
Number of suspects. The arrest took place in Dongfang manufacturing company yard and also Ponlok. They are all around Shai Hills. 14 suspects have been arrested. 11 have identified themselves as Chinese nationals. The police did arrest last night. And as you know, we have always maintained, and the President John Dramani Mahama has maintained that his fight to recover the loot will not be a channel or a tool to abuse the right of persons who are found who are found or who are suspected. So in line with that, we have the police officers have admitted the suspect to bail, police bail, because they were arrested last night, and we have a few hours to expire for the 48-hour route to expire. And so for the foreign nationals and the 3 Ghanaians, the police have taken their passports, that is to prevent them from leaving the country, and have also asked for them to produce sureties, persons that can stand sureties for them. In other words, persons that can help the police to locate them should they not be found. So that is the condition for their police bail. We want to make it also clear that investigations are still ongoing, and these persons who have been arrested have given statements, giving leads to further investigation to be conducted. We believe that this is a syndicate, and there are more people in the syndicate that the police are working to arrest. We want to encourage the general public to volunteer information leading to the arrest or covering of this crime against the Republic. Millions of CDs are lost because of this, and the police, the law enforcement agencies, as well as the Office of the Attorney General, are really ready to go to the bottom of this and bring the culprits and the perpetrators to book. I will encourage the public, as the leader of the team has said, to volunteer information which will lead to conclusion of this matter. It is a country that is losing so much, and we expect that we are encouraging the public to help. Any information that anyone has, that information should be made available to the leaders of the investigation.
Now, this is a serious issue right here in the Republic, because if it's honorable Afenyo Markins, this is not the first time I did record. This means assembly is that. But all this while, Obia Yedin, Obian can wasem. Why is it that now Mahama bar power? I feel that people are trying to talk, say a NDC for a year. And also the NDC also trying to say NPP for a year. You know, these two pairs. This is the BJ show with Boatin Josan. Please do well to subscribe, share the link, and also tell others about the BJ show. Thank you.
This is the BJ show with Boatin Josan. Don't forget to subscribe.